Hello my peculiars and welcome back or welcome to my peculiar corner if you're new here. My name is Andy and here we are at yet another magical encounter. I hope you are doing well and you are enjoying the summer. I'm definitely enjoying it because this year finally we got it's raining for a couple of days and then it's sunny and then it's raining again or it's cloudy and the temperatures are not that high. They were but not anymore now, so this is a perfect summer for me. Anyway, today I want to explore with you another story that influenced me a lot in my creation and imagination, and that is the Spiderwick Chronicles. And I have here Care and Feeding of Sprites. This book, I love it so much. I have it for a long time now, and the Spiderwick Chronicles really influenced me since I saw it for the first time, and then I discovered that there are so many books that are surrounding this, like encyclopedia kind of books. We have this one with the Care and Feeding of the Sprites, and then we also have the Field Guide to the Magical World Around You. So yeah, I cannot wait to dive into the magic of the Spiderwick Chronicles with you. So without further ado, let's crack on with the show. Here I am back from the Peculiar Library with the beautiful copy of the Care and Feeding of Sprites. Now this book was put together by Dieter Litzy and Holy Black. They're absolutely amazing. Holy Black wrote the book, Dieter Litzy did all the illustrations, and they are magical. The illustrations are inspired by nature, which again, it influenced me a lot because I really love nature, and also when I'm drawing or when I'm sketching, because I also do that as well, I tend to get inspired a lot by the world around me. Now, there is a novel, obviously, the Spiderwick Chronicles. There is a movie. They recently released one season of a TV show, so you can just check it out. Definitely, you are gonna love this world. Like, it's full of magical creatures, and that captivated me from the first time I've seen the movie. And because I love very much magical creatures. Now, as you can see here, we have a beautiful sprite, and then here on the back it says visit the International Sprite League, the official Spiderwick fan club, at www.internationalspriteleague.com. I'm not sure if the website works anymore, but you can go ahead and try. And here it says, this special invitation comes from Dieter Litzy Black and fairy keepers near and far around the globe and back, to join their avid number in digital celebration and reveal the world of fairy by virtual association, games, downloads and videos. Now here it says that it costed $19 US, but I got mine, I think, again, secondhand from some website, I don't remember where, but anyway, in the description you will find all the links to get this book. I think it's still available, even new. Now this one has a dust jacket, so if we take it down, we still have the same beautiful illustration. And here we go. So here it says, got sprites? Many would have you believe that sprites, or fairies as they are often called, are sweet and pretty and ultimately peaceful creatures. But don't let the carefree nature of these dazzling beguilers fool you. Because while they do make for awesome pets, or if you prefer companions, these are not creatures to be handled lightly. So forget everything you know or think you know about sprites and listen to the experts from the International Sprite League, as they, with the assistance of the creative team that brought you the best-selling Spiderwick Chronicles, provide a resource that will prove to be as essential for the novice sprite keeper as a strong cage and eyes in the back of his or her head. Now, as you can see here, I have, again, I mentioned that I'm inspired by nature. I have two leaves, and I think these are from the maple tree, but the decorational one. And I remember I got them from a very magical place in the Czech Republic. I went with mom for a trip, and I think that's where I got them from, because I remember I took pictures of this book in the forest. It fits very well. And now look at this beautiful. Here we have Care and Feeding of Sprites, presented by Tony Dieter Litzy and Holy Black, and it was released by Simon & Schuster Books for young readers. Here we have even some letters from Simon Grace. He's the one of the characters in the Spiderwick Chronicles books. And here we have for Goblin, Chamberlain, Fitz, Gig, and all our other pets, past, present, and future, Tony and Holly. And here we have a note from Holly Black and Tony. Dear readers, we hope that you enjoyed this book as much as we enjoyed making it. Even though at times we question the wisdom of keeping fairies as pets, we've come to see that the people who love sprites are as unique as the sprites themselves. Here we have an explanation of terms and images used in the book. Here we have the key to the symbol, and here it's explained as well, because we have them like how they are called, plates, you know, like in the old books about flora and fauna, you have plates. So each plate represented one species of an animal or a plant or a flower and so on. So yeah, it's done by plates. And if you want, you can pause so you can actually, you know, see. I'm gonna just bring it closer. You can pause and inspect every little detail. And then here we start with the corium ala or leather wing. And here we have the figure 1, 2, 3. We have the sprite itself. Here again we have the symbol, so as I already showed you, you can always go back in the video and check out. And here it says section 1, the magnificent sprite. And we have some notes as well left. Some insect sprites, like this leather wing, are not only beautiful in appearance, but extremely intelligent as well. Conversation with them can be quite stimulating. So you can even talk with sprites. I know that very well because I do that when I go to my forest trips. Now here we have section 2, anatomy of a sprite. And it says, in order to better understand the sprite and to eventually compile lasting breed standards, the International Sprite League uses a common language for identifying the parts of these fascinating creatures. And here we have the basic sprite body, and each number represents obviously a part of their body. Again, beautiful illustration, as you can see, and I'm gonna bring it closer. You can even pause and read. Then we have selecting your sprite. And here it says a tip. A healthy sprite will fly and otherwise move around its cage, eat and drink proffered foodstuffs, try to escape. Here we have a common orchid sprite, Orchis communis. Then obtaining your sprite. Here we have a flower head, Petasus floridus. Now, of course, you can always pause and read if you want. There is a lot of text as well, but we can go deeper into it. Let me know in the comments below if you would like to, you know, have a special session only about fairies, and we can go through each chapter per episode on YouTube. Here we have what's not a sprite, and here we have will-o'-the-wisps or Candentifera flocata. And beautiful illustrations. And here it says, the will-o'-the-wisp is a wondrous and dangerous creature. Despite its beauty, under no circumstances should keeping one be attempted. And also we have other creatures that are often mistaken for sprites. Goblins, pixies, and obviously the will-o'-the-wisps. Sexing your sprite. You may want to know if you have a girl sprite or a boy sprite. This is very difficult to determine visually. Your best means is asking politely. And here we have an agile hopper. Then here we are discovering how to house your sprite. If your sprite goes missing, the first thing you should do is securely close all windows and doors. After this, look for hiding places that are up, high and dim, but not dark. Your sprite knows that it glows slightly in darkness and will try to stay close to light for the reason. Look especially carefully inside glass vases or behind sculptures. One sprite hid for 3 weeks on the ledge of a particularly high and detailed strip of molding, occasionally swooping down and frightening passers-by. And here we have a moth-winged orchid sprite. Then we have a dancing pond needle, and this is beautiful. It really reminds me of the very blue metallic dragonfly that usually sits it sits around rivers, ponds, or places where there is humidity in general or water. Here we have proper nutrition for your growing Sprite. And we have a note: be careful not to overfeed your Sprite. Many Sprites hoard excess food, which can then become moldy and make them sick. Other Sprites simply won't be eating. Even if they get so large they can no longer fly, won't stop eating. One report suggested that one Sprite exploded after being left alone with a moth's supply of food. Here we have the little blueberry Sprite. Then Rackham Sprite. And we have a beautiful bug as well. And here it says Sphenophorus sp. Weevil. Then we have the Sprite accessories, food and water dishes, bed, plants, clothing, entertainment, and other. And we have a beautiful illustration of the thicket Sprite. Then this is one of my most favorite Sprites. We have Royal Orchid Sprite, Orchis regalis. Grooming your Sprite. Then we have a Sprout Sprite, or Surculigens surculigens. Illnesses of Sprites. And as a note we have here, grass and flower Sprites seem to have a particular fondness of drinking large amounts of sweet syrups, which always results in an upset stomach. We have a beautiful devil's spur illustration here. And the many moods of your Sprite: smiling Sprite, scamming; laughing Sprite, amused by scamming; frowning Sprite, scamming; and trying Sprite making funny faces, trying to distract you from evidence of scamming. Keeping multiple Sprites. And here we have as a note: in a group setting, you can expect that Sprites will frolic, dance and sing, sometimes loudly and off-key, gossip behind one another's back, brag, make up rules and break them, call upon you to settle their arguments, escape in a swarm and carry off objects of interest or even infants. And here we have a glowing toadfly, or Buphomusca candens. Then we have the beautiful Sprite that we've seen on the cover of this book, and it's a flower-winged Sprite. And here we have reintroducing your Sprite into the wild. How to make the grieving easier. Store your Sprite cage and equipment out of sight so that you don't have to look at them regularly. Allow yourself to openly express your sadness. Spend time with other grieving Sprite keepers who will understand what you are going through. Get involved in new activities and hobbies. Then showing your Sprite, Beetle Mimic, or Scarabeus Imitator. This one is so cute and beautiful, but again, don't get fooled by their very cute appearance. Here we have the beautiful symbol, or let's call it like a coat of arms, of the International Sprite League. And here we have a mission statement. Our purpose is to create positive awareness of Sprites and engaging pets, and to form a breed standard by which Sprites can be shown in competitions all over the world. Oath of the International Sprite League. And here we have written it's Sprite, and we have safety, personable, responsibility, integrity, trustworthy, and excellence. And here we are at the end. We have some words about Tony di Terlizzi and Holy Black. I'm gonna bring it closer. You can always pause and read about the authors of this beautiful book. Now, let me know in the comments below which one was your favorite Sprite. For me, I told you it was the orchid one. I just love them, and I remember, you know, seeing them also in the movie. They were so nicely done, and also in the TV show. Yeah, this is it. Look at how beautiful it is. Maybe because I like orchids. They are kind of like hard to maintain, but they are just so magical, and their shapes and colors and diversity is just so incredible. You know, you have orchids. Even here in Czech we have some orchids that are growing, you know, in the forest. They are very small. You would never say it's an orchid, but actually it is part of the orchid family, and so on. But yeah, I'm very curious to know which one of the Sprites are your favorite. Let me know in the comments below. It's always a pleasure for me to go there and talk to you. And I really hope you enjoyed discovering the Spiderwick Chronicles world, which again, it's another fantasy world that represents a massive part of my life. and influenced me a lot, and will keep influencing my work and my sketching and drawing and so on. And I really hope that one day I will be able to sketch a beautiful sprite and create my own, you know, species of sprites as well. Anyway, until next week, don't forget two very important things: stay magical, stay peculiar, always. Bye for now.